Information, information, information. I don't like information. I avoid. But project needs information. We can't avoid. So welcome to the class, guys. In the pre-exploitation phase, we have so many chapters before we actually start project on vulnerability assessment. What all we have to do is gather the information data. So we are going to do 3 T's: techniques, tools, and traps, all for information, the most boring and tedious job for a penetration tester. So dear students, our job is to gather as much information as possible of our target, that is INSECTECHS.in domain. So the client has given only the domain name as per the document we have signed in NDA. Nothing other information has been given, including the IP address of the domain INSECTECHS.in is also not given to us. So let us try to enumerate or gather as much information as possible. And welcome to PIGS class, PIGS. It's a little funny to hear, don't take it offense. The full form of PIGS is passive information gathering stage. So in this stage we are going to, or in this session we are going to collect information in a passive manner without actually establishing any kind of a contact or without establishing any kind of a communication with the target machine or the target server. So in this class or in this entire tutorial, I am not only concentrating on the domain INSECTECHS.in. We will try to gather information from other domains as well as a part of a learning. So I want you to create a folder and create a Word document, a Microsoft Word document like this. And as you can see, INSECTECHS penetration testing project report, and I have already took some screenshot to show you that whenever you are learning by implementing practical sessions, please take the screenshots or the results that you have found and paste in a document like this for the further use, so that this information can be useful in the later stages, either in scanning, enumeration, or else when conducting a vulnerability assessment stage, and even after that when we are actually exploiting the target itself. So make sure that you create a document and paste whatever information that you have enumerated during the pre-exploitation phase. So guys, from the previous class you have seen the objectives of reconnaissance, footprinting, and enumeration. And during the penetration testing and during the passive information gathering, the objectives of our work is to collect the information like domain name. Domain name is already given by our client, which is INSECTECHS.in. So we are going to find out subdomains and so on, IP address of the domain name or entire IP address range of the company, or the complete network block, namespaces, employee information. So employee information could be a retired employees or the employees who has left the organization, or could be a disgruntled employees or the employees who are working in the company, and we can do a social engineering attack on those employees by talking to them, and we could get some vital information as well as the email addresses and the phone numbers, so that we can get some more information regarding the target or the persons who are working in that company. And of course the job information, like the positions or the job opportunities that the company is providing, and from that job opportunities, so the description in the openings, we can get some information, like if a company is recruiting a Python programmers or Python developers, Java developers, it means that the company is developing some Java based projects or Python based projects. So we can get into that company as an employee to do an attack as a insider. So this is all a long term stuff for a real time attacker who is actually doing in an ethical way. So we are going to extract the information in a passive way, PIGS, that is passive information gathering. This is the stage, and we are going to do it anonymously, that is without actually directly interacting with the target or without directly establishing a communication with the target machine. And we are also going to blame our actions on some other persons. So let me open my Kali Linux machine right now. So as you can see, the Terminator application is open, and if I type ping.insectex.in, and if I hit enter, then I will definitely get the IP address. As you can see over here, IP address is 116.202.13 and 74. Control C to stop the ping activity.
Thank you for watching the video,
But
and do
this is an
subscribe to the
active way
YouTube channel
of
INSECTECHS.
collecting the information from the target domain, that is INSECTECHS.in, because we are actually sending the ICMP echo packets for expecting ICMP replies. So this is not a passive way, so this is an active way. So let us try to get the IP address of INSECTECHS.in domain, because the client has not given any other information except the domain name. Okay, so for that you can type host name, host INSECTECHS.in. So as you can see, we got a result. The IP address is 116.202.13.74. We can copy this information and we can, let me paste in the document that we have created to save our results. Okay, so now we have the IP address. So let me use the same command once again, host, and let me type 116.202.13.74, which is the IP address of our target machine, and let me hit enter. So we got some very good information like the pointer record, domain name pointer record of my domain, and let me copy this. Let me copy the entire thing. And students, I have a question for you, and this could be a question in your CEH exam. So what is this? So let me copy this information, copy, and again paste in the results, or paste in the document. So we can use some more host commands like host -t, and this is SOA, that is start of authority. Let me see if I hit enter what information. This is the information I got. So root.hsc103, and the record has NS name server information. So let me copy this. We can get the same result from a tool called NS lookup, which is a very important tool, and I'm going to talk about the tool in depth. And this is the demonstration of the only command host. So what information can we get from the host command? So let me copy this once again and paste over here. So from my networking classes, you know what is the host command and what are the options available in the host command to get more information. You can simply type host -help. Okay, so these are all the options. As you can see, usage is host and the option, and you can give the domain name or the IP address to get some information. Okay, like if you go and hit type NS, so you will get name server information. So these are the name servers of the INSECTECHS.in. So this is a passive way of collecting the information of our domain INSECTECHS.in. Similarly, you can actually give your target IP address or the domain name. Like if I type facebook.com, so you got IP address is 157.240, 192 and 18, and the IP address version 6 is this. And similarly, you can go to the another domain like google.com. So we got IPv6 and IPv4, and is handled by Google Mail is handled by, we got an extra information over here. So Google Mail is handled by SMTP, that is a mail server information. So we can copy this again. So this is how you can use the host command to get the information. So earlier we got some domain name pointer information. Like if we go to the document and if we see, we have this domain name pointer information. Let me copy that and let me go back to the Kali machine and let me open browser, Firefox browser or a Chrome browser, whatever browser you are using. So let me paste the domain name pointer information and hit enter in the browser URL, and let me check if we can get some information. Yes, we got the email address, so we can send information regarding any abuse reports. So connect @hs2.in. Except email address, we did not get any other information. So let me go to google.com and type the same pointer record in the Google and let me hit enter. So we have a webmail login, the first link. Okay, webmail login. Is this the information that anywhere related to this domain name pointer? So let me copy this part, copy, and let me check if it gives me the same IP address 116.202. Ping, paste. This is called trial and error method, so I'm just doing some nonsense work. So I think it's not related to our target, so let me close this. Let me open the browser once again and close this as well, webmail part, and let me go to the online investigation tool, which is the second link, dnsanalytics.com. and as you can see, we have our IP address is displayed over here, 116.202.13.74, and we got a location information. This is very much important. So our hosting company, which is giving us hosting services, is located in Germany, in near land Berlin. Okay, that is the capital city of Germany, and the exact location can be found out from the latitudes and longitudes. So this is a very much important information. So number of domains hosted on this server 116.202.13.74 are 798. This is huge. This is a really huge, because if I unable to hack into insectechs.in, I will find out what are all the domains that are hosted on this server, this web server, and I will get at least one vulnerable website using which I can penetrate into this server, and finally I can get into the insectechs.in. and we have also 617 mail servers hosted on this same server. Okay, number of name servers are 5, and we got entire subnet range, and the ISP is Heather Online GmbH. If excuse me or pardon if I spell in a wrong manner, Heather Online GmbH, and the ASN number is 24940. This is the pointer record which we got from the host command. So if we scroll down, we got some information regarding the spam lookup database, not listed, spam tools. We are going to analyze this information in a special class called email hacking, in which we are not only going to analyze the email address but everything that is related to email and email servers. Block up list, adult hosting not listed, so don't get excited, and hacker and spyware botnets not listed. It doesn't mean that it's not there, it's not listed. And if we scroll down, so this is again the holy grail, just we have talked a couple of minutes ago. If we unable to hack into insectechs.in, these are the domains using which we can penetrate into the server and get into the target machine. So this is a very important piece of information we got over here. There are almost, as seen, 798 domains. So we have only few over here, that is gaming slide, baby names, Tamil, insectechs.in. This is the domain that is hosted. This is our target, so that is hosted on this IP on this server, and so on. Let me open one website, spectrumspeed.org, copy and paste. So this is the website hosted on the same server. We are taking the services, hosting services, so we can actually test the speed of internet, I guess. So close it, and mail server information and the name servers ns22 and ns21.favor.com are the name servers that are actually pointing to a domain. Okay, this is again very important piece of information regarding which we are going to talk exclusively in the same video class. So let me scroll down, and this is a geolocation asset, the location of the company or the hosting server, latitude and the longitude, and it is located in the place called as Deutschland, I guess. Deutschland, pardon me if I am spelling it wrong, and so on. So this is the information that we got from the pointer record. Okay, so when I use the pointer record that we got from the host command, and when I used Google services, okay, Google search services, from this website dnsanalytics.com, we got this information. We can now scroll down and we can also look at some other information. So this is the company actually, hosting spell, on which actually I took the services, hosting services, which is somehow related to this ISP, Hetzner Online GmbH. Okay, so keep scrolling down, because Google may give the list of websites that could be giving information about our domain name pointer. Thank you for watching the video, and do subscribe to the YouTube channel INSECTECHS.